Welcome to Madden NFL 20. Here you can select your difficulty, play style, favorite team, or accessibility options. You can always change these later from the game accessibility settings.
All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach. Welcome to EA Sports coverage of the 2000.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. All set to go now from Orlando. The 2019 NFL Pro Bowl is underway. This is taken near the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The NFC takes over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready, 5-8.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down at 17. Here's a carry for Saquon Barkley and the Giants. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. From the gun, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Here's a carry for James Conner of the Steelers. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. That's going to go down as a loss of 9 on the first down play. On second down, Conner looking for space. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this out past the 10. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 11.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. "34 yards there and a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
On 2nd down, it's Connor. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
That 2nd down play nets a -4.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. A huge loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
And oh, sneak attack. They're going to run for it. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready. Yellow lady. Over.
Breeze now on 1st down. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. On the draw, this is Barkley, and he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Now Breeze on 3rd down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them in contract time. Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. Well, we can continue to talk Pro Bowl as we go along, but let's talk a little Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53, 1 week from today over in Atlanta, New England taking on the Rams. Time for your Super Bowl prediction, CD. What do you think?
Well, everyone thinks defense when they think the New England Patriots. But in the time that they've had their head coach and their quarterback, Tom Brady, guess what? They're the #1 offensive team in the NFL. And you know the Rams are high flyers as well. So that tells me that this Super Bowl, low scoring. It's going to be a total anomaly. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 13-10 final score. Going totally opposite what it should be.
Wow, I'm going to completely disagree. I see high scoring, maybe 51-44, something like that. The two punters, so Johnny Hecker and Ryan Allen, don't even show up to this one.
Johnny Hecker might throw a touchdown pass because you know the Rams like to fake it when he's on the field.
On 1st and 10 is Connor, refusing to go down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. he'll stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. On third down, Connor. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. From the 30 on 2nd down. Breeze looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Breeze to his Saints teammate Thomas for the NFC first. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Ready? 5-9.
Breeze now on 1st down. And Thomas has it. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Could we get a touchdown in this 1st half after all? It's 1st and 10. Breeze going to throw. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's 3rd and 4. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. Now the NFC going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Rosa's kick is good. And that will make it 6-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense for the AFC set to go now. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. So due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And Hill running right through it. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards there and a first down. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 15 yards on the play. 1st down. And not quite sure what just happened there, other than we do know that he spiked the football on 1st down. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Gordon. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. They start with a give to counter. Oh, then the spin. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Here's Brett Kern now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And one thing you'd like to see in a Pro Bowl, a competitive contest. We've got that just like the last 2 seasons, a one-score game as we play here in the 4th.
What I'd love to know, what's the discussion on the sidelines of both teams right now? Because, you know, it's an exhibition-type game, but as you said, as competitive as it is now, these guys are going to want to win. There may be some guys who sub some guys out trying to get back on the field and try and help their team win down the stretch.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target, and it'll bring up third down. Throwing now is Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. C.J. Mosley able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. The offense for the AFC set to go now. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and they'll have to live with that for the rest of the year.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. On second down now, it's Connor. Got some real estate inside the 30. 20! And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Connor. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. They'll try to surge ahead with Connor. So he got 3 on one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. And maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run. It's Ezekiel Elliott of the Cowboys. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular each other.